Present.
District 2, Mr. Venable. District 3, Mr. Miller.
Present.
District 4, Mr. Level.
Quorum is present. We'll have our invocation by Mr. Ledwell and our pledge by Mr. Miller.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Father, be with us as we look over the business of this county. Help us make good decisions that benefit the people of this county and do things that glorify your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item, approval of the agenda. We have 2 items on the agenda and then need to enter a special meeting for a vote on resignation and after that. So do we have any changes before we proceed? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Had no one sign up to speak, so we'll go into our discussion item. The first is regarding the 2015 mass tournament for the rescue squad. This is something that we've supported over the past years, and this is just opening to see if we want to continue to do that this year, support this and support the rest of the Scottsboro Jackson County Rescue Squad. So, questions or comments on that?
Did we budget that, or is that something that we took it out of Mr. Miller? And
Yeah, last year I think we took it out of your fund,
Okay.
so we could do that again, or we could pull that from another fund.
I think it would be, agreeable to come out of our funds.
Okay.
yeah, I'm for that too.
All right, so any other questions or comments on that? All right, if there are none, we'll place that on the agenda for next Monday night to vote on. All right, next item is the county park project. Again, this was presented last week, and just opening it up for any other further discussion or questions on this. I know that we had a couple questions earlier about how the project's going to be paid for. And right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bob, the way that we plan to pay for this would be from the proceeds from the new boat slips as well as the cabin rentals. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So I think everyone had seen or had received, if you want to hand those out, received copies of the finance sheets before. Of course, these are just estimates, and what we'd be asking to do next week is to hire the architect group to begin the process. So any other questions or comments at this time? Did you have any other concerns or questions on it?
Is that basically the plan you're going with?
Yeah, there may be some changes. What we'll do next week, if we do vote to hire the architect, we'll take this and refine it, but this is essentially the
Just
layout.
preliminary right
Yeah.
now?
Mhm.
This is the lots like you got laid out, it's just temporary.
Yeah, yeah, it won't necessarily look like that. There will have to be a lot more detail put into how the lots are laid out.
Like they are. The ones that are laid out right now probably stay just like they are.
Correct.
Except for where you're gonna move and put some new places.
Right, correct. There may be a few changes, but not much.
Now, the bicycle trail, are they gonna have access to the gated lots or no?
The bicycle trail to the camping area?
Yeah.
Yes, you'll have that bicycle trail.
So if anybody comes in and rides a bicycle, they can come on back in there?
They can.
That's just, sometimes when you bring extra people through down there at the campground, and you have a thought process of, well, could they pick up something or wanna come back in here and get something later,
Yeah,
figure a way to get.
Yeah, 'cause there's no restriction to their access.
yeah. If there are any issues, we can always address or take a look at, if we have problems from it. Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Dawson brought up a good point. We need to make sure these cabins where they're parking, make sure they're accessible for the boats to be plugged in.
Right,
That was something good we might not have remembered.
right, okay. Yeah, having an area long enough for the boats and.
And having a plug-in.
Right.
You have to plug in your driveway or whatever.
Do you all have an idea how many cabins you're gonna wanna install?
Right now, we're looking at 16.
Oh, is that all? And then moving the workshop all the way to the far back corner?
Correct. Yeah, we'll clean off the hill there.
What will that all become?
Right now, it'll be green space. We hope maybe in the future to put a lodge or conference center of some sort, but for now, we'll leave it green space.
And that will be new.
Right,
Also
yeah.
up there.
You know, station, Mr. Miller there can vouch for. I've been down at the park all my life, you know, and I've seen it from when it was managed by, Fraley, Sir Carl, and all the way up, you know. I've been down there all my life, so since 1972. So I've seen a lot of changes down there, a lot of good changes, you know. And it's a better place there than the city tries to push for people to go to Goose Park. You got more people who'd rather be right here in town, close to everything, than to have to drive all the way to the other end of town, away from everything. So the more improvements and the more we can do for that place down there, will bring more revenue in here. Because you're close to town. You're not stuck off down there in left field somewhere. And, you know, like you said, a lodge or something where you could have an indoor, something indoor down there in that big park. Once you took the old pool house down and that big barn, you know, once you took all that down, you know, you'd have a nice place. Even if you tore the old park manager's place down and put it somewhere else. You know, put it over there where you put the cabins, you know, and just clean that whole area out right there.
Build like a place where you could rent out for wedding receptions or something like that, or someone's 50th anniversary or something.
You know, you've got the biggest, largest place down there. There's a lot of, you know, big draws. And you can go down there during the summer and look at how many people like come down there to picnic and take that first lot up right there and play ball out there.
That's what we hope. This will give a lot more opportunity for folks to spend time out there. And I know it's used a lot, and I think it'll be used so much more once we finish this project too. Any other questions from commissioners, comments? Okay, if there's no objection, then we'll place this on the agenda for next week to begin the process with the architect. That concludes the work session discussion items, so we'll enter into the special meeting. And you all have received a letter for resignation from an employee for Public Works. So this, if we approve this today, it'll override any other decisions that have been made. So we'll entertain a motion to approve this resignation.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Okay.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. That concludes the items on our agenda, so move on to our reports. Mr. Manning? Mr. Wagner? Chief Deputy? Okay. Mr. Miller?
No, sir.
Mr. Lenny?
No, sir.
Mr. Guthrie?
No, sir.
Nothing. Next week's not our week. No, next week we will be here at 3 o'clock. And a reminder, on the 17th, we will be at Paint Rock Valley, correct, at 6:30.
Paint rock.
Paint Rock at 6 o'clock.
Is that next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
So we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.